Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Yes, I'm back. No, I don't have an afro. I heard all the jokes about me going to Turkey to get a hair transplant. I am happy with what I've got. But yeah, I had a good time over there, just chilled out. The internet over there was absolutely dreadful where I stayed. Trust me, it was terrible. So thanks to James, also Turkish, who stood in for me on Transfer Daily. Sorry to you guys that I was unable to do it over there. I tried and I died. I just could not get any internet connection where I was. So unfortunately, I weren't able to do it. But those guys stood in brilliantly for me. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, listen, first of all, before I get into the transfers, great to be back at the Emirates yesterday. It's such an exciting place to be right now. The Emirates Stadium. The atmosphere yesterday, once again, just like the last game, was absolutely electric. The fans were brilliant yesterday, and that fed through to the players. And you saw the mentality of the players. Gabriel summed it up. He made that big mistake that cost us a goal. And what does he do? He goes and responds by getting us the winner. Absolutely fantastic. 4 out of 4 and a great atmosphere. Our atmosphere that's been ridiculed over the years, now being ridiculed again by, I saw Richard Keys and Andy Gray, the two dinosaurs that used to be on Sky, talking about how the atmosphere, we were overdoing it. The fans are overdoing it. The players are carrying on like they won the league. What is the matter with these people? Are you not allowed to celebrate a win? I want to see us celebrating. I don't care about the over-celebrating. It's not called over-celebrating. It's called celebrating an 85-minute winner. And long may it continue. I was buzzing yesterday. Great atmosphere there. And the thing that I noticed more than anything at the Emirates now is that every fan is invested in what is going on that pitch. There's nobody there, you know, on their phone. There's nobody here just sort of there because, you know, I'm just there, you know, I'm at the Emirates. But, you know, everybody's there is interested in what is going on because they're excited by what the team is doing at the moment. So well done to the team for the 2-1 win yesterday. It's a bit worrying before the game. Zinchenko and Thomas Partey missing. Straight away, the alarm bells start to ring and you say to yourself, this is why, squad-wise, we need that squad depth. Don't get me wrong, Kieran Tierney coming for Zinchenko isn't a drop. Mohamed Elneny coming in for Thomas Partey, and don't get me wrong, I thought Elneny had a good game. He was solid in there. Remember his first game of the season. But the one thing about Elneny, he's not the sort, he can't replicate really what Thomas Partey does, which is that ability to break lines, pick the ball up, drive forward. Elneny's a different type of sort of deep line player. Hard-working, does the simple things, but he's different. And this is why I will still think Arsenal need to go into the transfer window and get a couple of signings before the window shuts on the 1st of September. It's nearly there now. It is nearly there. Now, surely they're not going to let me talk about this guy all summer and not sign him. Youri Tielemans. He played 89 minutes for Leicester yesterday in their defeat against Chelsea. By the way, again, it's horrendous by Leicester. Chelsea down to 10 men. They still couldn't beat them. They're in a bit of disarray. Fofana was left out of the team. He's about to join Chelsea. And will that affect any move for Youri Tielemans? The fact that they're going to get like a sort of surprising, they wouldn't have expected this at the start of the window, a surprising £75 million in for Wesley Fofana. We know they've been struggling with funds, but is this going to affect it? The deal for Youri Tielemans. Also, with the Youri Tielemans thing, Liverpool said to be really interested. Jurgen Klopp coming out the other day and saying, listen, we need a midfielder. I admit now we have to get a midfielder in. And they are also very interested in Youri Tielemans. So will Arsenal make a move for him before deadline day? Throw into the mix this, that Leicester now apparently are saying, well, you know what, we want £40 million for Youri Tielemans. Good luck with that. There's no way they're going to get that. Even Liverpool won't pay that. But they're trying to drive up the price on him. Now, are Arsenal going to make a move for Youri Tielemans before the end of the transfer window? Or are Arsenal going to say to themselves, you know what, leave it. Leave it, man. We'll wait until January, where we'll be able to get him for a fraction of the price. We think we can ride it out with the midfield situation. You know, we've got Sambi Lokonga there. We've got, you know, Mohamed El Neni there as backup. We think we can ride it out until January. I get it. There's a thing called patience in football. You know, sometimes you've got to, you know, if you're doing your transfer business and you're you know, doing it properly, you shouldn't be panicked. I'd love to see Tielemans come in now, but I would understand it if they didn't get Tielemans and said they're going to wait until January when they could probably pick him up for about 10 million. They're not going to be tempted, Arsenal, into making no crazy money bid for Yuri Tielemans. So it's going to be interesting. Let's wait and see how it pans out. But we've been talking about it all transfer window. For it not to happen, it's going to be amazing. We've been linked with this guy as well, Matt O'Reilly, should I say. He's a Denmark international, which is really strange. With a name like O'Reilly, you don't think of Denmark. But he's born in England, plays in Scotland, and also eligible to play for Denmark. Midfielder's been doing really, really well ever since they bought him from MK Dons up there in Scotland. And according to ESPN, Arsenal are one of a host of clubs interested in the midfielder. Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle, Leicester, clubs over in Germany like Borussia Dortmund, all looking at him. Valued there at £2.7 million, but he said that Celtic would probably want 15 to 20 million pounds for him. He's still only 21. He did a recent interview, Matt O'Reilly, and he said, listen, I'm just focused at staying here and doing what I'm doing here at Celtic. You'd expect him to say that, but who knows? Could Arsenal make a move for him before the end of the transfer window? I very much doubt it, but he is one of those players being linked. The player that's been heavily linked has been Pedro Neto. Will this one happen? I think this is the one, speaking to fans yesterday, that they're very excited about if it can happen. Now, there's been rumours coming out of Wolves that they're not interested in selling him this transfer window and they're not going to let him go. There's other rumours saying that it will cost around about £50 million to get him. Arsenal don't want to pay that. They want to pay about £35 million. There's also been rumours saying basically that Pedro Neto is very tempted, even though he hasn't come out and publicly said anything about it, he's very tempted by a move to Arsenal. Why wouldn't he be the way Arsenal are playing at the moment? Again, it's a wait and see one with this one. It's going to be really exciting to see. We know, according to David Ornstein the other day, that he is the target. Despite what Wolves are coming out and saying he's not for sale, they're not going to sell him. That could be a ploy to drive up the price before the end of the transfer window. How many players have we seen where it's been said they're not for sale? Wesley Fofana is not for sale, right? He's just, you know, he's about to join Chelsea. Yeah? You know, lots of players. Paqueta weren't for sale. He's joined West Ham. You know, listen, money talks. What are Arsenal going to do? Are they going to go big for Pedro Neto? And certainly when you listen to Arteta, when you look at the strategy of moving out Nicolas Pepe, getting his wages off the wage bill, there's space there to bring in a right winger. When you looked at the game yesterday and you saw that somebody like Saka, they have his greatest game. You know, you bring in someone like Neto, you've got backup on both of those flanks. Brilliant backup. Not just backup. Player that can start and turn the other players into backup if they're not on their toes. He would be a brilliant signing. It's the one that I really like to see out of all the ones we've been linked with because he's such an exciting player. But again, it's going to boil down to the end of the transfer window. Marcos Asensio is another one being heavily linked. Now, we know that Real Madrid are very keen to offload him. He's angered the Real Madrid hierarchy because he's refused to sign a new deal, and who blames him? He's on 1 year left at the end of his contract. Obviously, Real Madrid want to tie him down to a big contract so they can get a mega fee for him when they are ready to sell him. He's looking out for his own future. You see there the valuation, 36 million. It won't be that. It'll be around about 25 million that he'll go for. But Real Madrid desperately trying to move him on before the end of the transfer window, although they're hawking him out to lots of clubs, including Arsenal. They're saying that they want a high fee for him. Again, they won't get more than about 20. They might even be lucky to get 25 million for him. Will Arsenal make a move for Marco Asensio? Is he what they really need? I don't know. He can play on the right-hand side, but then probably better centrally. We've already got Fabio Vieira, Odegaard. I can't see the Asensio one, but it continues to be linked today. Wilfried Zaha is another one. Listen, would be a great signing. A lot of people's ears sort of perked up yesterday when he was not included in the Crystal Palace squad, and people saying, look, that's a sign that he could be on his way to Arsenal. But he did have a genuine injury that he picked up after the Villa game last week for Crystal Palace, and that was why he was left out of the Man City game. Could Arsenal make a move for him? It would have to be big money. He's only got 1 year left on his contract again. But Crystal Palace, he's such a vital player. You know, unless it's a monstrous offer, I really can't see them selling him. But Zaha continues to be linked. Musa Diaby's another one on the right-hand side. Again, continually linked. The Daily Express saying that Arsenal are still eyeing him up. Would cost around about 60 million. That'd probably be more than even Neto. For me, I'm not having the... Not that I wouldn't have him. I'd love to have him. But I just don't think he's going to leave this summer. I really don't. Unless it's a huge offer. And big offers have already gone in for him from Newcastle, and they were turned down. Yeremy Pino is still one, though, that is active. Still one that could possibly happen. The 19-year-old Villarreal player, winger, exciting player. Probably costs 40 to 50 million pounds. Again, expensive. But he's young, and he's a real hot prospect. And also maybe could be tempted with a move for Yeremy Pino before the end of the transfer window. We certainly know that Edu's been talking to their representatives and there is strong interest there. And where is Hector Bellerin going to go? He's got a straight choice by the looks of it. His contract gets cancelled and he gets to go to Betis, or he joins Barcelona, who are saying, listen, wait until the end of the transfer window. We'll make a move for you. It's coming down to the wire with him. Certainly doesn't want to end up staying at Arsenal. His chances of getting game time would be very, very slim. I mean, now Ben White has been brilliant at right back. You've got Tomiyasu there as well. His likelihood of getting game time at Arsenal would be very, very small indeed. So certainly expect him to move on. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well. He's got a decision to make as well. West Ham said to be interested. Also Southampton. Those seem to be the main two. Where is he going to decide to go? We'll find out in a few days' time. The transfer window, of course, shut in on the 1st of September. We're nearly there. We are nearly there. After that, you won't see me no more. Not until January anyway, talking about transfers day in, day out. That will be it. It will be done. I really look on it and say this is a big opportunity for Arsenal. Top of the league at the moment. 4 wins out of 4. But bring in a couple of players and make that squad strong. So that when you're bringing players off the bench, like yesterday, I felt that was the difference. You know, that Zinchenko's injured, Kieran Tierney. I'm not worried. You know, we were able to bring on players like Eddie and Nketiah yesterday who made a difference. This is what we want in this Arsenal squad. And let's hope that Edu and Mikel Arteta can continue what they've done so far this summer, which has been excellent business. Couple more, and we could have ourselves a great transfer window and a great season. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget I'll be back here tomorrow with another Transfer Daily. Don't forget to check out all of our excellent content from the game yesterday at Fulham, where we beat them 2-1. The fans were loving it. Make sure you check out those interviews. Check out my player ratings as well. But thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow.